Do you ever question why your legs feel weaker despite leading a healthy lifestyle? Why do stairs seem more daunting? Why does standing up from a chair take more effort than before? Is it just aging, or could there be another hidden factor at play? Here's a surprising fact. It might not be what you're missing, but what you're eating without knowing its adverse effects. Many seniors make a common mistake daily, confidently believing they're making healthy choices because they've always heard that fruit is nutritious, natural, and good for you. Most fruits are indeed healthy. However, here's the uncomfortable truth. Not all fruits are suitable for seniors. In fact, some fruits, the ones we eat weekly, without a second thought, can gradually weaken our legs, cause knee pain, worsen joint inflammation, and make walking more difficult. Fruits marketed as healthy could actually be compromising your mobility, balance, and leg strength. As we age, our bodies change, circulation weakens, metabolism slows down, and foods that once benefited us can start to harm us in subtle ways, especially some fruits. They may seem innocent, they might taste sweet, but they contain acids, sugars, and compounds that affect blood glucose levels, trigger joint inflammation, and weaken legs. What's worse? The damage happens gradually, subtly, imperceptibly, until suddenly you feel a sharp pain in your calves, a persistent discomfort in your thighs, or a strange tension in your knees after a short walk. Today I'll reveal 7 dangerous fruits that seniors over 60 should avoid, especially if they want to protect their legs from long-term damage, pain, and weakening. While appearing harmless, these fruits are not what they seem. You'll never see your fruit bowl the same way after learning the truth. So stay with me until the end. If you care about your strength and want to maintain stable, strong, and pain-free legs, your body might need this wake-up call. But before we dive in, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. If you're worried about your health, this is where we reveal truths no one talks about. And I want to know if you're with me. If you're watching now, and this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments section. Otherwise, type 0. Your voice matters more than you think. Let's start with the first fruit on our list. It's praised for reducing inflammation. Yet it might have the opposite effect on seniors. Let's talk about pineapple. Pineapple, the first fruit and the hidden troublemaker. Pineapple, tropical, juicy, refreshing. For years it's been celebrated for its natural anti-inflammatory properties due to bromelain. Here's the twist. While many think pineapple reduces inflammation, it might actually be the silent culprit for seniors. Pineapple contains strong acids and natural sugars, and these sugars aren't as harmless as they appear, especially for those over 60. Let me explain. As we age, our blood vessels become more fragile and sensitive. They don't handle sugar spikes the same way. Despite its benefits, pineapple delivers a significant dose of natural sugar to your bloodstream. What happens next? It rapidly increases blood glucose levels. This spike can damage the small blood vessels that supply your legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, circulation worsens, carrying less oxygen to your legs. And you know the result? Pain, fatigue, swelling. That dull, dragging pain in your legs after a short walk. The stiffness in your knees when you stand up. Ankles that suddenly ache even when you've been sitting all day. But there's more. Pineapple is acidic. Besides its sweetness, that acidity can irritate your joints, especially if you already have inflammation or arthritis. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire already burning in your knees, hips, and ankles. Some people notice their legs feel heavier after consuming pineapple, like the strength is slowly draining away. Here's something else you should know if you're taking medications, especially blood thinners. Bromelain, that famous enzyme, can interact with certain medications, making them either too powerful or not effective enough. The most dangerous aspect, however, is that pineapple doesn't cause noticeable, immediate negative effects. There are no clear warning signs or immediate pain. Instead, it slowly creeps in until you eventually realize you can't move like you used to. The saddest part? Most seniors don't realize that the fruit they're eating for health benefits might be contributing to the yearly weakness they experience in their legs. So what can you do? You don't have to completely eliminate pineapple, but you need to be informed and vigilant, especially if you've been experiencing persistent leg pain or unexplained swelling. The damage is subtle but real. Now, if pineapple, known for its anti-inflammatory properties, can do this much damage to aging legs, what about the next fruit? It's soft, delicious. It's famous for boosting muscle power and potassium levels, yet it might be tricking you. Let's talk about bananas, the second fruit. Bananas, the muscle deceiver. Soft, sweet, and rich in potassium, bananas appear to be the ideal snack. They're believed to boost energy, prevent cramps, and benefit your muscles. But for seniors, the reality is different. Bananas contain a lot of natural sugars and quick-digesting carbs. This causes a rapid increase in blood sugar, leading to insulin resistance. When this happens frequently, blood circulation weakens and inflammation rises, and your legs bear the brunt. You might experience a dull ache when walking or climbing stairs, heaviness in your legs after meals, and tightness in your calves. But there's more to the story. Bananas also promote water retention, especially in those with heart issues. This results in stiff joints, swollen feet, and puffy ankles. The effect is subtle, like a pressure cooker quietly whistling. You eat them thinking they benefit your muscles. Instead, they might slowly diminish your strength. The worst part comes later. You won't notice it immediately. But over time, eating bananas might make moving more difficult and painful. Consider what's on your plate. If you frequently have heavy, achy, or swollen legs, bananas might not be as beneficial as they seem. What if something even smaller could cause this much trouble? Bananas are known for supporting muscles. Small, charming, and seemingly harmless, yet they could be the reason behind your burning joints. Let's discuss grapes. Grapes, tiny fruit, big inflammatory consequences. Grapes, they appear harmless, small, juicy, and easy to snack on. They even boast a great reputation. Heart-healthy, packed with antioxidants. But what many don't realize, seniors might feel slight leg aches, stiffness, and inflammation after eating grapes. Why? Because grapes are high in fructose, which can be harmful in large quantities. This sugar heads straight to the liver, and it converts into fat and uric acid. When the liver can't handle it all, the real trouble starts, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. Uric acid accumulates in the joints. It leads to intermittent pain and swelling, that persistent discomfort that makes even a short walk challenging. Ever felt that sharp pain in your big toe at night? That sudden stiffness in your calves? It could be as simple as a handful of grapes raising your uric acid levels, and it doesn't end there. Fructose also promotes chronic inflammation in the body. This results in slower movements, more pressure, and stiffness. Grapes are also incredibly easy to overeat. They're small enough for continuous snacking. They don't feel heavy. But before you know it, you've had 2 or 3 cups, and the sugar adds up quickly. So while grapes may seem like a healthy snack, they could be subtly weakening, reducing flexibility, and making your legs less comfortable as you age. Now you know what might be hiding behind that sweetness. If you've been regularly eating grapes and have noticed increased stiffness and swelling, know that there are other delicious fruits that can be just as harmful. Another one is juicy, colorful, and famous for hydration. Don't be fooled though. While it tastes like water, it acts like sugar inside the body. Let's talk about watermelon, the 4th fruit. Watermelon, the misleading hydrator. Light, refreshing, a symbol of summer and hydration. Could this juicy fruit be secretly harming your legs? Sounds odd, right? Everyone agrees watermelon is great for hydration, low in calories, and mostly water. But here's the catch. Watermelon has a very high glycemic index. This means it raises blood sugar levels quickly, much like candy. For seniors, these frequent sugar spikes can cause significant damage, especially to the legs. Let's explore why. When blood sugar rises rapidly, the body releases insulin. However, aging bodies struggle to regulate insulin effectively. This leads to inflammation, especially in areas with poor circulation. Where does it manifest? Calves, ankles, knees? You might feel leg fatigue shortly after eating, a dull ache during short walks, that persistent swelling around your ankles. Climbing stairs starts to feel like scaling a mountain. Watermelon feels light in the stomach, but it acts like a charming trap, gradually weakening your legs. Many people consume large amounts because it's juicy and refreshing. One slice becomes 2, then 3. More sugar, more stress, more inflammation. It's deceptive. You think you're consuming water, but your blood sugar is rising. Your circulation struggles. As a result, your legs suffer. Does watermelon truly help seniors stay hydrated? Or does each bite slightly increase movement discomfort? If your watermelon consumption is constant and your legs feel increasingly tired, it might be time to reconsider. Let's move on to a fruit associated with vitamin C and healthy juices. It's included in immunity-boosting drinks and breakfasts. However, seniors might experience an acid attack on their joints. Let's talk about oranges. Oranges are the 5th fruit. The acidic assault on your joints, oranges, they're vibrant, they have a refreshing scent. They're also ubiquitous. Juices, supplements, and breakfast tables. They're praised for enhancing the immune system, thanks to vitamin C. However, oranges might conceal an uncomfortable reality for older adults, especially those over 60. Beneath that citrus glow lies acid, which your joints despise. Oranges are packed with citrus. While it seems normal, it can silently irritate your joints, especially if you're already dealing with inflammation, stiffness, or arthritis. You might notice gradual knee stiffness in the morning, a persistent ache in your hip, that leg discomfort after sitting for too long, reduced mobility, and increased swelling. You might attribute it to aging. Yet, that healthy morning orange juice habit might be contributing to the very pain you're trying to avoid. Here's what's really happening. The citric acid in oranges doesn't just affect your stomach, it enters your bloodstream and can irritate the sensitive tissues in your joints. It also causes blood sugar fluctuations when combined with the fruit's natural sugars. And what's the result? Inflammation that spreads to your knees, ankles, and calves, making every step heavier and more painful. See, oranges might not harm a young person, but in an older individual with aging joints and slower circulation, the effect subtly builds up. The hardest part is, you do it thinking you're helping yourself. Oranges have long been associated with health, but now you know they might not be helping your mobility. So what now? The next fruit is clean, green, crisp, and low in sugar. People consider it the safe choice, yet it hides something that can cause night cramps, stiff knees, and aching hips. Now let's look at green apples. Green apples, the sixth fruit, secretly contribute to leg pain. They appear fresh, genuine, and wholesome. Many seniors believe they're the healthiest choice because they aren't as sweet. They seem like a nutritious, low-sugar snack. But there's a hidden truth most people don't realize. Green apples might be causing fatigue, stiffness, and leg pain without you knowing. Two culprits are malic acid and hidden natural sugars. Let's start with malic acid. This acid gives green apples their tart flavor. It can also be tough on seniors' digestion. While younger people can handle it, our gut lining becomes more sensitive as we age. Once inside the body, malic acid can irritate tissues, including joints. After eating apples, some seniors experience sharp pain in their hip or thigh. Others feel a slight burning in their feet or stiffness in their knees. It builds up gradually, but over time the acid accumulates, and the discomfort becomes more frequent. Now, let's discuss sugar. Even though they don't taste as sweet as red apples, green apples still contain natural sugars. These sugars cause blood sugar fluctuations in seniors with slower metabolisms. You might experience tired calves, leg cramps at night, morning stiffness, or weakness when climbing stairs. The biggest issue is that green apples are often eaten raw, as a snack, or even before bed. This means they constantly affect the body. They seem so healthy and pure. Yet green apples might silently make walking harder, stiffen joints, and make evenings more uncomfortable. What about a lush, extremely sweet tropical fruit that hits seniors' bodies hard? If a simple fruit can do this, what about one loved by many? Let's examine the real sugar bomb, the mango. Mango, the seventh fruit, unleashes a real sugar explosion in your joints. Mango, juicy, tender, and sweet like candy. Almost everyone loves this fruit, especially during the summer. But here's the reality. Mango might be the most detrimental fruit for older adults with weak joints and leg pain. Why? Because it has a high content of natural sugars. And I'm not talking about a small amount, I'm talking about a significant dose of sugar that causes your blood sugar to spike quickly and sharply. If you're active and under 30, your body can usually manage this sugar spike. But after 60, your metabolism changes. This surge of sugar triggers an insulin spike followed by a crash. Each time this happens, your body creates inflammation deep in your joints, especially in the soft tissues around your knees, hips, and ankles, particularly if you have nerve issues. You might feel burning in your toes, persistent tingling, evening swelling around your feet, or a growing heaviness in your legs. Mango is easy to eat in large portions because it tastes light, feels refreshing, and doesn't seem like a heavy meal, which makes the problem worse. That's the trick. That feeling of lightness doesn't mean anything to your body, it reacts to the sugar. Over time, that sugar can cause joint pain, slower walking, and unsteady legs. Many older adults eat mango thinking they're enjoying a natural treat, and it is natural, but natural doesn't always mean safe for weakened circulation and aging joints. Now you have the full picture. Despite being celebrated for their health benefits, 7 fruits have downsides for people over 60. But here's the good news. Some fruits create the opposite effects. They promote strong, steady legs, reduce joint pain, and fight inflammation. Let's talk about these healing alternatives and what older adults should be eating. Now that you're aware of the fruits to avoid, let's explore what you should include in your diet. Eating the right fruits does more than just curb your hunger, it nurtures your body. Start with berries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and others. These small fruits are excellent at fighting inflammation. They're gentle on your blood sugar, rich in antioxidants, and low in sugar. Most importantly, they enhance circulation, especially in your legs. They promote easier movement, combat stiffness, and reduce swelling. Next, consider cherries, but in moderation. Cherries can lower uric acid levels, reducing the risk of gout and joint pain flare-ups. They ease achy joints and that burning sensation in your knees or toes. A small handful, not an entire bowl, can offer noticeable relief. Then there's avocado. Yes, it's a fruit. It's also one of the best for joint health. Why? Because it's loaded with healthy fats that reduce internal inflammation and protect your joints. It also helps regulate insulin, providing steady energy without blood sugar spikes. Looking for something easy to digest? Try papaya. This soft tropical fruit has enzymes that reduce inflammation and aid digestion. It's gentle on aging joints in your stomach. Don't forget pears, eaten with some fiber or protein. They offer a gentle sweetness without being overly sugary. They provide energy without putting stress on your legs. Each of these fruits supports your body rather than working against it. They don't cause pain, they don't create swelling. They help your body achieve the strength, balance, and peace it seeks. Remember, it's not just about eating fruit, it's about choosing the right fruit for your age. Fruit that suits your body and needs. When you make these choices mindfully, you start to feel the difference. Steadier steps, smoother movements, and more peaceful mornings. Let's conclude with some reflections, some wise insights, a message just for you. If you're still with us, it shows you care about your future, your strength, and your well-being. So please pay close attention to this message. It's never too late to make a change. You still have time to improve, and you're not alone in this journey. Aging comes with its own set of challenges. Pain, stiffness, and the fear of falling can creep up on you. Sometimes it feels like your body is betraying you. But here's the reality. You can regain control with thoughtful and gradual changes, not drastic ones. One meal, one fruit, and one choice at a time. The fruits we discussed today aren't harmful, but they might not be the best for your health anymore. And that's perfectly fine, because aging is about becoming wiser, not giving up. When you start eating mindfully and choosing foods that support strength, circulation, and your joints, you'll notice improvements. Less pain, more flexibility, easier mornings, and a lighter step. This message is about empowerment, not fear or restriction. Now I want to hear from you. Share in the comments below what you learned today and what change you're ready to make. We all grow when we share, so let's support each other. If this video has been helpful or enlightening for you, please click the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any information that could transform your health. Before you go, turn on the notification bell. Type 1 if this video was helpful. If not, type 0. Your comment is more important than you think. Stay strong and vigilant, and remember that your legs are key to your independence. Take care of them.